Doc Thompson on the big one, 700 WLW. Big show with Bill Cunningham. Willie's going to throw Barack Hussein Obama a welcoming party. 12:06 right here on the big one. Fog delays. Listen, there are a lot of things that are dangerous out there. And yes, fog can be as well, but we all made it to work, didn't we? Everybody makes it to work. Go slow. Put your lights, if it's dark out in the morning, on low. You know, so you don't get that wall of fog. You're kind of seeing underneath it. You go slow and you do it. Life goes on. What with a fog delay? I just see this more and more. Back in the day, kids, you know what your grandparents said. I walked to school 4 miles each way uphill in the snow. They did. My mom walked to school. Kids in Africa, they walked to school, fending off lions and wildebeests and stuff. All right, maybe that's extreme, but they do walk to school. Now, we don't let kids play out front. We've got to have fog delays. That seems a bit extreme to me. Mike, am I wrong or is it fine? Go ahead and delay it.
No, you are not wrong. But with rural school districts, is the problem with the rural school districts is the busing is why they delay the schools so much.
Well, you know, and I grew up, Mike, in a very rural school district. I grew up in Ashtabula County. I don't get too much more rural or end of the world there, and we didn't have fog delays. We didn't. We rarely had snow days in the snow belt. Bart in Hamilton, you're on the big one.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Darke County, that's a county up north, they have fog delays religiously because of that Grand Lake St. Mary's up there.
And it's dark.
Yeah, and it's Darke County.
And it's Darke County, you understand it. Yeah, I understand some are common. I just think we've gone a little crazy with this. You know what? Take it slow. Get back to work. Can you imagine your boss? Listen, I'm not going to be able to make it in on time today. I know we've got that big multi-million-dollar sales deal that we've been working on, but it's a little foggy by my house. A little bit foggy. I'm thinking I may come in a couple of hours late. Rich Hoffman, No Lakota Levy. Fog delays, good idea, bad idea?
Stupid idea. Terrible idea.
You're just insensitive. You don't care about kids. You've proven that long ago.
Well, you know, we didn't have a fog delay today because we don't have any buses anymore.
Well, there you go. That solves that problem.
But, you know, it did make it easier for me to get to work today because there were so many cars on the road taking their kids to school that I could follow basically the road by the brake lights.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How's that going, by the way, now? Has it worked some of the bugs out so it's a little easier to get the kids in school?
Oh, I think everybody just kind of leaves at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That would be so frustrating.
Everybody just made the adjustment.
Oh, man.
It's kind of sad. But, this fog delay thing is just some more of the same kind of stuff we complain about. And it's all centered around busing and this whole union thing.
Rich, when I went to school, I'm not kidding, it had to be really bad. The one thing they would do if it was icy, that was a pretty, this was, going to school in the 70s and 80s. That was a red flag. They would, that's going to get your school shut down for a day if the roads were really icy. Snow covered where I was from, no. I mean, it had to be drifting snow, chest deep. Before they said no, where they couldn't keep up with it.
Used to be 4 inches of snow and maybe ice dangling from the trees, but anymore it's a little bit. We just dumb down everybody. It's part of the whole education culture these days.
Well,
where the slightest thing causes us to shut everything down and everybody to panic.
What about the children? And I say quite often the children are resilient. Battle it out a little bit there, kids. Fight the elements like the rest of us. Teach you what it's going to be like when you have to go to work.
Right. But that's what we're teaching them. We're teaching them that it's okay if it's a little dangerous, don't adjust. Just come in at your own convenience, and that's the message I think behind the snow. I couldn't believe that there were fog delays when I heard this morning when I turned the radio on and heard there were some.
I heard that. I was like, fog delay? What are you?
You got to be kidding me.
And when I came into work, it was really foggy. It was 4:45 this morning, and I'm in Loveland there. It was foggy.
I wouldn't even conceive that there would be a fog delay. I mean, I really didn't even cross my mind coming to work. Oh, there's some fog. That's kind of cool.
I've had the really cold school delays or cancellations where it's exceptionally cold out. I've gone to school when it was sub-zero, and I'm not talking wind chill. I'm talking legitimately 5-10 degrees below zero for a couple of days. We still went to school.
Exactly. When you and I went to school, there wasn't even air conditioning in most of the classes.
Oh my golly, you're right. I remember turning to school and
Yep.
you're sweating there, sitting in your seat because it was those
Your
hot
back would
days.
stick to the seat.
Oh, and we weren't allowed to wear shorts.
Well, right, we couldn't. You couldn't. That was against the dress code. But I remember when one of the schools, when I was a kid, first had air conditioning. It was like a major deal, a major announcement, and that was the start of it. Now it's expected. So,
I remember a couple of times walking to the bus stop, and yeah, by the way, I wasn't waiting inside for the bus when it was snowing like that. You're waiting out at the end of the driveway or whatever. Some kids, that had really far walks from the house would have those little boots, but
right.
We didn't have those, and if my hair was wet, it would freeze.
Exactly.
I'm out there a couple of minutes, frozen hair, okay.
And that toughens you up. That makes you grow up to become someone who can think reasonably. But if you pander down to every little thing,
or get smart enough to wash your hair in the evening before you go to bed, right?
Exactly.
All right, Rich, I'm glad I'm not the only one who just is insensitive towards the kids' well-being.
You're not alone. You and I are both insensitive to the world.
All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate your thoughts. All right, let's get to okay, we'll get to a quick break, then we'll come back. Fog delays, am I just missing it? Or as a parent, are you saying, no, I would rather them delay than my kid being in any danger? Your thoughts next, 700 WLW. Doc Thompson on 700 WLW. Let's get to Tim. Tim, you're on the big one. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Fog delays, are they overreacting with that? Or, yeah, let's go ahead and delay the kids a little bit?
I think we're overreacting, but I think at the base of this is a legal issue that there are so many people in the country now that are looking for a payday, and they wait for a school bus or something happens, and they're wanting to get paid, and so the schools are looking at that as a legal battle that they don't want to take on, and if they have to delay, so be it, but it keeps them out of court.
You are probably right. And how sad is that?
Well, that's a comment about our society and what we've become is that we're too quick to sue. I would never think of doing that unless there was a bus driver that was negligent and did something that we find that the bus driver was totally in error. But having an accident because of some weather-related thing, that's not necessarily the bus driver.
See, and you nailed it right there, Tim. You and I think yes, if somebody is negligent, then yeah, maybe I would consider suing. However, for a lot of people out there, they see the fact that they have suffered as some negligence. That's how they see it. In fact, negligence isn't even part of it. If they have suffered, if they don't like the outcome of something, therefore they should get something. If they don't like the outcome, they deserve something. I think there's a lot of people that think that way, or they just want something. They're not even saying, have I been injured, or I deserve it. I just want it. You get somebody saying, my little snowflake was on the bus this morning, and the bus driver got into an accident. I deserve money. Well, yeah, but it was an accident. There was no negligence. Doesn't matter. My little snowflake deserves cash.